This is CNBC's live blog covering Asia-Pacific markets. Asia-Pacific markets climbed across the board on Monday, tracking Wall Street gains with the S&P 500 surpassing its all-time high on Friday. The broad market index rose 1.23% to settle at 4,839.81, crossing both the record intraday and closing highs from January 2022. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, which set its own all-time high at the end of last year, added 1.05%, while the Nasdaq Composite advanced 1.70%. Investors in Asia will be watching China's 1- and 5-year loan prime rates, which currently stand at 3.45% and 4.2%, respectively. Futures for Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index stood at 15,470, pointing to a stronger open compared with the HSI's close of 15,308.69. The Xi is near a 15-month low of 14,687.02 hit on October 31, 2022. In Australia, the S&P/ASX 200 started the week up 0.48%, extending gains from Friday. Japan's Nikkei 225 tested fresh 33-year highs, gaining 1.23%, while the Topix rose 0.91%. South Korea's Kospi looks set to rise for a third straight day, up 0.18%. The small-cap Kosdaq gained 0.23%. The Bank of Japan also kicks off its two-day monetary policy meeting, and will announce its monetary policy decision on Tuesday. Later in the week, Japan will release its trade balances for December on Tuesday and January inflation numbers for Tokyo on Friday. South Korea will also release its gross domestic product figures for the fourth quarter of 2023 on Wednesday. CNBC's Hak Young Kim and Lisa Kailai Han contributed to this report. The biopharmaceutical sector is expected to offer a safe haven from macroeconomic and earnings concerns ahead of quarterly results from European companies, according to Morgan Stanley. The Wall Street Bank said European biopharma stock prices should be supported in the near term due to its undemanding valuations and a backdrop of challenging macro conditions and cyclical earnings risk. The investment bank named 8 stocks with a buy rating in the sector, and gave one 119% upside potential. CNBC Pro subscribers can read more here. The anti-obesity drug market is expected to remain in focus this year after a bumper 2023 for weight loss drug makers Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly, according to Berenberg. The Germany-headquartered investment bank expects a combination of new clinical data and the expiry of Novo's patent for the active ingredient in first-generation GLP-1 drugs to unleash new opportunities for several generic drug manufacturers in Europe. GLP-1 drugs encourage the production of hormones that cause weight loss through reduced appetite. Berenberg's analysts have named 4 stocks of generic drug makers that are set to benefit from the expiry of these patents. CNBC Pro subscribers can read more here. Oil prices edged slightly lower on Friday but booked a weekly gain on tensions in the Middle East. The West Texas Intermediate contract for February fell 67 cents, or 0.9%, to settle at $73.41 a barrel. The Brent contract for March shed 54 cents, or